Hello everyone, I am Snehal Gaikwad working as an assistant professor in Electronics and Telecommunication Department of D.Y. Patel College of Engineering, Akoli. I am one of the participants of this international FTP on environment and sustainability. In week 1 video, we have seen the role of power in communication system and its effect on environment and human being. And also we have seen by making the proper choice of coding technique, we can reduce the number of bit transmitted by the system, which reduces the number of transmission power per bit. Also we can use the proper encoding and decoding circuits which has the less power consumption. In week 2 video, we have seen various factors which affects the communication system and which need to be considered to make the system eco-friendly, such as e-waste, sustainable infrastructure, power feeding system and energy efficiency. There are various regulatory authorities which defines the standards for telecommunication equipment system, networks and service providers such as ITU, FCC, ESTI and TRAI. So after watching this video, students will understand various factors of communication system which affects the environment. Also, they will come to know various regulatory authority across the globe which decides this telecommunication standard. And students start thinking about the carbon emission by this element of the communication system while implementing the system. Also, they will design an eco-friendly communication system by considering all these factors. So, as I discussed that regulatory authorities are there which decides the telecommunication standards. So, one of the and worldwide regulatory system is ITU-T, which provides a standardized way to assess the direct environmental impact of this ICT goods, network services, as well as their indirect impact on the greenhouse gas emission on the non-ICT industry sectors also. It is basically based on the life cycle assessment, that is LCA methodology standardized by ISO 1400, 14040 and ISO 14044. And these are the various regulatory authorities which we have already seen in week 2. So ITU, which is International Telecommunication Union, FCC, Federal Communication Commission, TIA, Telecommunication Industry Association, ATIS, which is Alliance for Telecommunication Industry Solution, ETSI, which is European Telecommunication Standards and Standard Institute, TRAI, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, and ICNIRP, that is International Commission on Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection. So these are the various regulatory authorities which decides these telecommunication standards. Now coming to the carbon emission computation. So telecommunication is no exception for this carbon emission. It arises from a wide range of input including travel and transportation, energy required to power and to cool the equipments. In India, around 4% of CSG emission are from ICT sector, which is around 80 million tons of CO2 emission every year. Telecom regulatory, that is TRAI, sets the target for reduction in carbon emission be set as 30% by year 2019-20, taking the base year of 2011-12 and 40% by the year 2022-23. So, prime reason for the rise in telecom sector, this CHG emission, is the large number of mobile network towers which runs on the communication equipment. Every year, around 12,000 new base stations are deployed, serving approximately 400 million new mobile subscribers around the world. And this growing infrastructure requires an increasing amount of electricity to power it, which increases the energy consumption base of the telecom industry. So carbon footprint calculation or the carbon emission calculation, so it is related basically to the power. So here PTE is equal to PNE plus PCO, where PT is nothing but the total power consumption of the system, PNE is nothing but the power of network element, and PCOE is nothing but the power needed to compensate the heat produced by the equipment. And this power of the network element is given by 0.35 multiplied by P max plus 0.4 into average power plus 0.25 into the power when the systems are in sleep mode. And using these two factors, that is PTE and PNE, we can calculate this EG, which is nothing but the carbon emission, and it is given by 0.365, that is into PTE into ECO2 into SG, where PT is nothing but the total power consumption of that particular system, and ECO2 is nothing but the carbon emission factor, and HG is the number of hours network element is operating. So how many hours it is operating, depending upon that it decides the carbon emission of that particular system. So this is how we can calculate the carbon emission or the carbon footprint of any telecommunication system. So now this is the figure showing the carbon emission from the year 2000 to 2020, and here we can see that the carbon emission in the year of 2000 is 150 million tons, whereas it becomes 300 in 2007 and it becomes 349 in 2020. And here it has been shown that the carbon emission by the various devices used in the communication system. So here we can see that there is a 70 million ton carbon emission by the fixed narrowband signals, and here 49 million tons is because of the fixed broadband system, and this is 51 million tons because of the telecom devices which we are using, and 179 million tons is because of the mobiles which we are operating. So we can see that there are the various systems which we use in the telecommunication, and how this carbon emission how it get transmitted, and how much amount of carbon emission by these various systems of the telecommunication. So we can see that it is increasing year on year. So as in 2000 it is only 150, but by 2020 it becomes 349 million tons. Now this is again the another figure which I have taken from the paper. So here also you can see that the carbon emission given for the various devices in a system. So you can see that this yellow thing which is, and this is increasing also. So you can see in 2007 it is 29%, and at the year 2020 it becomes 30%. So this is due to the mobile devices or the random access network operations or the data centers. We can see this blue which is the carbon emission due to the data centers. Then this is again the sky blue, you can see the different operator activities, and this yellow we can see the mobile device operations. So this graph is showing basically the carbon emission of the various devices and how this is increasing from 2007 to 2020 year. So this is about the carbon emission and how to calculate the carbon footprint for the telecommunication system. Now coming to the sustainability. So the sustainability issues that will drive the competitiveness within the telecommunication industry includes managing the environmental footprint of companies, large and expanding network infrastructure and equipment. So it is related with the infrastructure and equipment of the telecommunication. So also it is related to the ensuring the privacy of customer data through effective data use policies and managing government relation or business strategy on issues related to the data privacy. Also managing the increasing risk of cyber attacks, particularly for cloud-based services and business or government customers in sensitive sectors. So sustainability comes into telecommunications sector in the form of its infrastructure, its equipment, then privacy, then whatever are the cyber attacks which comes in the picture when we are dealing with the data or the cloud-based services. Also managing the end of life of telecommunication equipment and devices is responsible in a responsible manner. Then managing risk to network and operators that could potentially create systematic or the social disruption, and balancing the need to expand revenues in the face of increasing competition with preventing engagement in anti-competitive practices. So sustainability basically in telecommunication is related with its equipment and how these devices are responsible for the carbon emission in the telecommunication system, and what is the life of that particular system, how much cost it required. So sustainability comes into picture in telecommunication when we are dealing with the equipment, when we are dealing with the network, when we are dealing with the privacy, when we are dealing with the security of the system. In that case, the sustainability comes into picture. So this is all about the sustainability of the telecommunication system. So these are the various references from where I have taken all this data. Thank you.